Konnichiwa, viewers. Welcome to another episode of Kyoto by Night, The Second Breath. My first for 2016, but the second episode for the venue, as we had two of the Akita Zaibatsu who were doing some activities yesterday and preparing for their woo's purpose in the city. This evening, we are going to look again on Pink Fox, who is setting up lots of little pieces to put her puzzle together. So what is Pink Fox up to this evening?
Present Pink Fox is probably going to have a word with Fellow 07 to follow up on what they must have done during the Omisaka party. She's just basically going to get her phone out and just send a message to Fellow 07, a very polite one. Hi, smiley face emoji. Find anything interesting at the Omisaka party that could help us follow your cause? Smiley face.
Okay. Yes, there is. There are two shrines in Kyoto which are actually looking for investors to build on their land. The Shimogam-jina shrine had done this last year and is actually almost done having condominiums built on their property. There are two shrines, however, in the city that are currently looking to get investors because they need help making their ends meet. So since you are looking to expand technology and communications on my behalf, and this is an opportunity to get a modern face mixed in with some of the older ancient situations, I think that would be very good for your woo to attempt to get involved in.
Okay, and Pink Fox will send a message back basically saying, awesome, big happy smiley face emojicon. What are the names of the shrines and where can they be found? I will send these details to my other woo mates as soon as.
Okay. The Higashi Hongyenji Temple has land that it is looking to get, and the
Feel free to just put them in the chat box if you like.
I'll just put, no problem. I was just going to actually try to use actual names for actual things. But I will provide that information for you because she would just be typing it to you anyway. So she responds to you with that.
Okay. And okay, after that, Pink Fox is probably also going to try and remember. Well, I'm assuming that she'll probably remember most of the people that she had mingled with at the Omisaka party. Unless you need me to do a roll or anything.
You're gonna remember some of the faces and names of ones that kind of stood out to you.
Okay, she'll make this. Try and obviously make it like kind of a shortish list of that. On the off chance, would she have gotten any business cards or anything like that?
Does she have business cards to provide?
She's a dancer.
Well, I don't know if she has anything done up.
I mean,
In that case,
well, I'm
then,
not saying that it's not possible. I'm not saying it's
no,
not possible,
no.
but you know.
Um, in that case, then I'll just get you to roll here. Um, let's see how
I mean, I
successful.
think.
Let's see how successful your retainer was in getting uh, business cards. Then, because she would have business cards, and that's a very common thing in Japan is to give your business cards out.
Oh yes, I remember that.
So let's miscraft. Do we have anything specific on here? There we go. Okay. Do roll 7 dice, difficulty 7.
7 dice. 2 successes, unless
Okay.
if we're counting 10 as a specialty.
No, but I'll give, so you'll have 4 business cards then that of different individuals. They will be in, let's take a look, see here. Okay, and okay, you've got 2 that are of other media outlets in the city, and 1 that is a local politician. Actually, is he's not like high up in the city. I'd have to double check to see exactly what the Kyoto equivalent would be, but he'd be like a deputy position under the like a level or 2 below the mayor. And I can get the I can't, like I said, I'll have to research what the actual equivalent would be in Japanese politics.
And the last one?
Wasn't that 4?
No, that's 2 in media, 1
2.
in politics.
2 in media, 1 in politics. Okay, and then the last one would be a law firm. You've actually, it would be somebody, one of the partners from a law firm in the city.
That's pretty good. Okay, we'll have to chase upon those at another time. For now, we are going to check upon Hiroshi Ono because we've been needing to do that for a little while. So yeah, Pink Fox will at that point give Hiroshi a call just to see if he's around.
Okay. Hello?
Hiroshi, it's me. How was your New Year? Sorry I didn't call. It's just been so busy.
Oh, that's understandable. No problem. I had a good New Year's actually. Went to the temple. One of the times of the year it's important to do so.
So, are you busy tonight?
I'm still working for a little bit. I managed to get a little bit of extra work, which is good because a little bit more exposure to the people that matter to see what I can do. But I could swing by on my way home. I probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
Awesome. We can go out for a drink or something. We can talk about how you've been doing with that course thing, and everything.
Yeah. What? Where would you like to meet then?
I think she'll probably suggest maybe one of the places that they'd gone to previous. Something that's kind of like a quietish place, but serves pretty good beer.
Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, I'll meet you there probably about midnight. I think I should be able to get wrapped up in time for that.
Awesome. See you there.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, see you there.
Bye.
Click. Okay. Right. Looking down, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I think she'll. Well, are we assuming that it's close to half past midnight right now, or?
Well, you've probably got some time. We can skip to that part unless there was something else that she wanted to try to squeeze in before meeting with him.
I'm just looking through the list now. Yeah, I think we'll probably skip to there. I can't think of any way that I can like go from like this point to like the other point without like wasting like a great deal of time. Anyway, yeah, we'll skip to that point.
No, sounds good. All right, so he is. Yeah, he arrives a couple minutes early. Looking not too bad. He's actually. Actually, I'll get you to do perception. Perception expression. Actually, standard difficulty.
Expression.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be interesting. Oh, one success.
Okay. He's actually gotten himself dressed much nicer than he used to. Like he's got a new suit, and it is in pretty good style. So he is trying to make himself more presentable. But yeah, he kind of nervously is looking around and then spots you and heads on over.
Yeah, she'll like wave to him like as full of wasteful exuberance as she usually does.
Hi. Aren't you smart looking?
Well, yeah, I just I've been reading up on secrets of successful people. Just from what you and I were talking about, I just kind of seemed prudent. So it said to dress for the part you want, and so I just kind of figured if I tried to stand out a little bit more, maybe people would remember me more as they after they walk away.
Oh yeah, totally. A suit is like lingerie for women.
I hadn't realized.
Well, there's a lot of receptionists where you work, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Just I work awkward hours and stuff, but I mean situations here, like when I can, go out after work, or still opportunities, maybe if the bosses are looking for like to have a meeting or something, they might ask me, and yeah.
Well, come on, let's go get ourselves a beer.
Yeah, that's great.
And they naturally get themselves a beer and probably find themselves a little table or something to sit down at, and have a bit of a drink and a little bit of chat.
How'd the study go along? What have you learned? What should I ask?
I've
tech stuff.
I've yeah, I mean it's some of the stuff I gotta kind of reread over again, but I just yeah, it's really really interesting stuff. You know, it's kind of exciting because it's been a while since I've really really looked at you know, like learning new things, and learning new things can be really good. You know, sometimes, and just you know, it's really really good. Um, yeah, really good. I like it.
That's cool. You know, well,
And now, out of character, Jason has just had a brain fart. It's 11 o'clock at night, so forgive me in that regard. No, I think I got it now.
cool. Well, you know, don't study too hard, and you know, you don't want your head to explode. I mean, I know I'm not very smart, but you know, yeah, I'm trying to learn things. In fact, I learned how to do some new things on a computer recently. You know, I can draw things on like Photoshop, and you know, I can draw kitties and things like that. It's awesome.
Oh, that's good. You not didn't get a lot of computer stuff when you were in school? Like you didn't really.
And then she just kind of like shrugs her shoulders, you know, not exactly dismissively, but kind of like it's neither giving an answer nor really denying it. It's kind of like, yeah, kind of.
Okay. Well, yeah, no, that's good. See, you know, it's fun to learn new stuff, right? And a lot of times, I mean, probably not for you as much, but I mean, a lot of times for me, it seems like my work eats up a lot of my focus, and I don't really think or find ways to put another like to do something else. So I mean, it's no, it's good, good, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you have to go outside your comfort zone in order to learn new things.
Yeah, it's really hard though, because I mean, the comfort zone is, I mean, things are nice and predictable and organized, and we're able to, you know, just move forwards. But I guess you know, that's if you can't, you're just on the same track all the time, and you just kind of accept the way it is. So I mean, I guess if you don't get out of the comfort zone, then you just can't really get too much farther. So
Yeah, but it also, you know, really brings to mind, you know, how do you do that? And I should write a self-help book about these things, but you know, it does kind of require a bit of courage in that regard. You know, like, you know, it's okay to be afraid, but you know what real courage is? Acknowledging that you're afraid and still doing what you want to do.
really, I had always thought that people with courage just never are afraid.
Whoever says that they've never known, you know, what it is to be afraid, you know, is a liar. You know, let me put it this way. Why do you think well, how do you think I feel when I'm up on stage and I'm, you know,
And she gives him, you know, kind of like,
all loads of people looking at me, you know?
I don't know. I could not imagine that. Like, I mean, oh, I've no, I couldn't even imagine that. Like, I just even I only like
she just kind of like goes, yeah. She's obviously she knows that she's hooked him into that little awkward spot. And she's trying to like nudge and but she's trying to make him laugh. You know, rather than get him in kind of like she's basically If you need me to roll for it, I mean, I've got an emotion specialty now, so I may as well.
No, he's obviously getting a little flustered because he's A, remembering you on stage, and B, trying to think about, wow, like how could, like, he has never stopped to think about what would put, like how you are able to do that. So he's just kind of,
Yeah, but she's trying to nudge him into actually, laughing.
oh yeah, he's got a bit of a nervous chuckle. He's
She's trying to make him, like heartily laugh. It's like, yeah, that is actually quite funny.
Okay, yeah, make a manipulation empathy roll. See about difficulty 7. But see how that.
One success if we're counting.
Okay. Then yeah, it takes a little bit where, I mean, but his flustering does end up breaking into full laughter. He's like, well, how do you how do you manage to do that?
Well, it's kind of two parts, I guess. One is, I've practiced, dancing, in my own time, and with a teacher and things like that. And eventually, the more that you put yourself outside of your comfort zone, the more adaptable you become with the whole thing. And the other part is, well, a little bit, you know, a little bit crazy.
Um, oh, wow. So how do you how do you get yourself past that, or is it just that's the crazy part that gets you past?
I suppose it's kind of like what's the best way I can describe it? So it's kind of like climbing a ladder, or riding a bike, or anything else. It's really scary to do it the first time, but second time it gets a little easier, a little easier, a little easier. So eventually, you can do it without even thinking. That's what real courage is.
Ah. Oh, wow.
I mean, you're good with computers, aren't you? Or
Yeah, I'm capable. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm an expert or anything, but I mean, I can use them, and I can make my reports look really professional and whatnot.
okay, maybe not computers then. What are you really good at?
Um,
Better than anything else.
I'm he'll actually kind of pause and make a really intense thought over it, and I'm really good at learning things. Like, I mean, I whether it's policy changes or law changes, or testing in school, I just kind of retain things good. Which kind of helps me a little bit, I guess, when I'm going over reports, and then if something comes up, I can be kind of like, oh, I that reminds me of something, and then I can do some digging and find where I remember reading about something similar. So I'm really good at that.
Well, I suppose that's kind of what I was thinking about. But you're kind of like really good at research and law and
Yeah,
things like
yeah, like I can find out stuff, and dig stuff up pretty easily, pretty quickly. I can.
that. Cool. You should probably use that as a means to take pride in yourself. You can use.
Wow, that's
It's like when I told you you should go for your officer rank. You know, you can use this. You know, if it comes down to someone asking you, regardless whoever it is, asking you, why should you become an officer? You can tell them. You should have in your head. Practice it in front of a mirror if you need to. Say to them, this is the reason why I deserve, the officer rank. This is the reason why you need me in this position. Because I'm good at my job. I'm competent. I'm reliable. You know.
um
Because I don't.
yeah.
You can say. I mean, just because you may not. I mean, let's put it this way. You are a little bit of an oddball, but that's why I like you.
Yeah, I guess it's just because of that. Just it's kind of hard to really think about, or tell myself that I'm better at something than other people.
Why? You just gotta
Well, it's
be.
just because, like, what you call it, just it's not what people normally take pride in, so it's just as difficult to really take pride in it.
Why be? Why be just another one of the sheep? I mean, yeah, you're a really good worker, but you can't just go through life not without some degree of ambition. But even if you have that ambition, if you don't have the drive for it, you're not going to achieve anything. You need to be more. What's the word?
Hmm.
You need to. You've only got one life to live, and you know with all the things that I'm doing right now to try and make my life better, I mean, I can't be dancing, in clubs, for all my life. Eventually, I'm gonna, know. But I mean, you've got gifts. You've got brains. I wish I had brains.
Oh, you seem I mean, you seem smart. Like, I mean, you articulate yourself well. I mean, you don't slur, or you don't talk like somebody who's dumb. So I mean, I wouldn't have thought of you as not being smart.
I suppose maybe I just didn't have, maybe I didn't pay attention in school as much, or maybe I just thought that, I could get by on little things, but it's experience that's taught me otherwise. That's the key thing, experience. How can you be? I mean, if you're well off, you know, you should be more willing to, you know, go out and have an experience. You know, you know, some people don't have, the means to really experience what life is like, or really take their life, by the balls, as it were, and take in the direction that they want to go. But not everyone has not everyone has the same opportunities. But you have certain opportunities ahead of you. You just have to, you know, think of it like an apple that's just, out of reach. What are you going to do if you want that apple?
Yeah, I guess I just gotta stand on my tippy toes. Uh,
It's it's not just stuff about jobs, neither. It's about everything, maybe tomorrow I'll like see someone who I really am physically attracted to, and maybe I'll want to talk to them, or maybe I'll walk by a like a window shop, and I'll see like a dress or something that I'll really like, and I'll think, yeah, that looks they really suit me. Or maybe I'll like be reading like a newspaper, and I'll see like this like this like this ride in a theme park, or at this nature walk or something like that. And I'll think, yeah, that's something that I'd love to do. But unless I take the steps, unless I like take a moment to myself and think, not can I do that, but how can I do that?
Yeah. It's just, yeah, it's just, you make it sound a lot easier than it really is, or really seems to anyway in my head. You just make it sound a lot easier than it sounds in my head.
It is, I know. It's really terrifying to take that first step. But every journey begins with a single step.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know who exactly said that, but just take the first step, and the second one won't feel quite so heavy.
Well, I guess that makes sense. Like work wise, like I um, started working on that course, and then I got this, got some new clothes to kind of stand out and present myself a little bit better, and now I'm getting some extra work, which will give me opportunities to kind of show what I can do. um so I mean, I can see where you just gotta do the first thing first. Just um make that first step to stand out, and just try. um Makes sense. Makes sense.
But do you still feel afraid?
Yeah, it's still pretty intimidating.
Mm, yeah.
But
Oh,
didn't you say that courage means that you're going to feel afraid?
you are, yeah, you are going to still feel afraid. You are still only taking the first steps, though, but that you have taken them. It's really cool. Some people spend their whole life scared, frightened of what could happen, might happen. You could spend the next 50 years, living like that. You might find yourself lying in bed at 3 o'clock in the morning, worrying. I promise you, if you do the way things that I suggest that you do them, you'll sleep just fine. Because fear is the worst of it. Fear is your real enemy.
And Pink Fox probably actually leans forward and like takes one of Hiroshi's hands, and places like both her hands on top of it.
So, here's what I want you to do. You only have one life to live, and you have so much opportunity, so much potential, and so much that you can achieve. I want you to, tomorrow morning, go out there into the real world, kick that bastard in the teeth as hard as you can. for me and for yourself.
I'll give it a try. I'll probably have to kick it a couple of times because I'm not an expert kicker.
Do you want me to do a charisma empathy?
Yeah.
I'll burn one wall for this one. Not that I need it to. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You know what? Yeah. You're right. I just need to go ahead and just do it. And I will.
Fox actually gets a really big smile on her face.
Yeah, you know what? That's great. I really appreciate the time that you've taken. I mean, it's not everybody who works in your line of work really takes the time or bothers to see their customers as anything more than a person. But I really appreciate the help that you've given me, for sure. I mean, I'm going to I'll just go right ahead and kick life in the teeth. 'Cause I am good at what I do, and they need to know that, and they need to see it, and everybody needs to know and see it. And if I've gotten the attention of somebody like you, that you're even wanting to like visit with me when we're just casually having a beer together and not me giving you bills to see you jiggle yourself. I mean, then I've got something to offer women. I can do this. I will do this. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Yay. God.
This is great. Thank you. I'll this is we should definitely go for drinks again sometime.
Oh, totally.
And yeah, I'll let you know. Maybe if I can get successful enough, things will be good.
Yeah. Was there anything that happened with that whole thing with that you told me about one day? The thing with criminals.
She kind of does like lower her voice a little bit because reasons.
Okay. Make a manipulation subterfuge roll to kind of.
There we go. 2 successes. Sorry.
Okay. There isn't much that they can go off of, but it doesn't seem to be anything that my department's going to have to deal with. Nothing actually was stolen. They're still keeping that as the official line. But from the inventory they gave and going through all of the evidence, it looks like they were possibly looking for something and couldn't find it. They destroyed a bunch of they destroyed pretty much an entire room worth of art. So whether we're doing a little bit of work on it, trying to see like where those art pieces came from, if they came from outside of the country, because is there a possibility that they suspected somebody was using the paintings to smuggle stuff and they wanted to try to steal it, or perhaps one of them did have something on it that they had stolen. But as far as we can tell, there's not really too many leads that my department's really able to follow up on. From what I've seen or heard anyway, it sounds like it's just kind of mostly a local thing, because we haven't really seen anything that has lead to make this into an international or anything within our jurisdiction. So we'll probably hand it back to the local police.
I was actually kind of talking about those, that marketplace, but it's good to know that your guys are still
Oh.
doing your job.
I was thinking of I was thinking about the museum. Sorry.
Yeah,
I guess I kind of sometimes I mumble and don't really remember what things I talked about.
no, it's okay.
We're keeping an eye. We're keeping an eye, but from the sound of things, that sounds like it's just a local thing. So,
With all the recent crime that's been like kickstarting as of late, do you think there's going to be like an anti-crime, one of those like anti-gang unit type things that somehow get in, like America and whatnot?
I mean, if it gets bad enough, I mean, we do have. There is a department, like one of our departments that we tend to send in to communities that are suffering from that kind of thing. I don't think they've been paying a lot of attention. Like, as far as I know, we haven't shipped anything over to their desk, but they don't even have an office in Kyoto at the time. They're mostly in Tokyo and Fukushima and Nagasaki right now. But we do, I mean, technically they have like supposed to have somebody at every office, but their local guy is not well, he was reassigned, so their office is just kind of sitting empty, and we just email them if there's anything we think that they want to know.
Well, all this stuff that's been going on, shouldn't you think maybe maybe that you could suggest that something like this happens, or that should happen? Because I know that I'm relatively safe, but not everyone feels the same way, and especially with all the things that have been on the news.
Well, I mean, I suppose I could try to see if there's anything that I can shuffle in their direction. I mean, I'm more or less just an overglorified analyst. I mean, I don't really do a lot, but there is actually on our website, there is a way for you to be able to contact them if you've got any anonymously, if you've got any fears or concerns that you think that they need to look into.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's there's just the tab at the top for do you have a smartphone, or do you just have a cell phone?
And she actually takes out a phone, which yes, is naturally the bleeding edge iDroid that we've often described it as.
Oh, yeah, I got
Okay.
a phone for Christmas.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that's a fancy phone. Whew.
I don't think it can I haven't tried any of the app. I don't know if there's any apps that help you light cigars and things like that. But I suppose I could search for one.
Wow. So somebody definitely showers a lot more attention on you than I can. But anyway, so if you just go to the site and he'll start. Do you mind? Like, I can probably get to it faster for you there.
I think I can. Like I said, I've been learning a lot more about computers and touchscreen thingies. In fact, wait a second. I'll show you. She goes into a gallery and
she'd probably upload one of the pictures of the Photoshop images of a kitty that she made,
See?
That's awesome.
and then she'll like press back so he doesn't see the rest of the gallery. Or she'll like go to like maybe Chrome and things like that because
Yeah, so
Well, in my
he'll-
head, Pink Fox takes a lot of selfies.
probably, and probably pictures of Chase while she's sleeping. But he'll
and certain things that we can't discuss on a live broadcast because this show sort of.
but he'll direct you through to the site, and he'll show you where there's all the different departments, and like some of them are pretty self-explanatory on how to get there. He's like, but it's the Gekiryuku 0 is the special crime unit, and they deal with ultra-violent gang and or anything like that. They work with local police if the local police let them know. To my knowledge, I don't think they've ever been in Kyoto. The local police tend to work. The local police tend to deal with everything pretty well in the city, and don't need to get any. And crime's not really been a big concern. And even with little outbursts like this, the locals tend to squash it pretty fast. But there is a spot where you can do anonymous tips, or if there's anything strange and unusual that you think might require a special crime unit, that's where you can send the information.
Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better. But I'm not saying that I might find anything, but if I do, I know where to go for it.
Yeah. I don't even know if they would have seen the footage on the news because they tend to follow the news and stuff.
Yeah.
So if they think there's anything, if they know any of those people that were in that video or know of anything that they should get involved in, I'm sure they'll follow up with that. But if you've got personal concerns, or if of people that might have ties to those people that because you do seem really concerned about this situation, so I'm assuming that one of the other girls, their pimp might have been involved, or it seems personal from our conversations. So
I don't know. When you saw the footage, what did you think?
I was surprised that it was 2 women and 1 guy, but it looked pretty bloody. They looked pretty young, but I know that a lot of the gangs are recruiting kids even while they're still finishing secondary school, more impressionable. So hopefully somebody can maybe find these kids, and we can give them some re-education on how to live their lives, before they end up being a dead body on the screen, right?
Yeah. Sorry for taking the conversation in a really negative light.
No, that's okay. That's good, actually, because that gives me the experience on handling questions being fired at me. Usually it's an email that I can sit and read for 10 minutes before responding. So no, it's good. It keeps me on my feet.
Gets you out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. So,
Yeah. You know what? Actually, I mean, it's really late right now, but maybe next week, if you're not busy working, maybe we can meet for supper and you know, have another good conversation.
sure.
Excellent. I'll once I know for sure what night I'm free, I'll phone you and see if we can arrange something.
Cool.
All right. Excellent. But I gotta actually be at work early, so I should probably not be out too late. But very much appreciate this, Fox. It's much appreciated.
It's my pleasure. Remember what I said. When you get up tomorrow, what are we gonna do?
I'm gonna kick life in the teeth.
Yeah.
He'll get up and smile at you and give you an awkward hug.
I should just give him a big hug in response.
And then he'll bow politely and leave, a little flustered, a little red in the face, but
Trickster nature.
there you go. All right. And does Pink Fox do anything else this evening before sun rises?
There is some things, but you mentioned that you've got some things you need to attend to. So
yeah.
We can leave that for
Okay.
another time.
It wasn't going to be a quick little thing. It was going to be big things. We include that in other scenes or blue booking then. So, but yes. So thank you, viewers, for watching, and sayonara.
Bye bye.